So that whole patch is savable. There's no rot or any holes through there. Just got to keep grinding it down to bare metal. Okay. So I've got a lot cut out of here, and I've started to make those little side rails to get started on shaping that bracket. But I will need to cut out quite a bit of this and patch it up. There's a little more rot than I thought in here, and I just don't want any holes. So I just want it all flush and perfect. So probably this whole section here is going to need to be replaced. All right, I'm starting to cut out quite a bit that I'm going to be welding in some new sheet metal. So yeah, got that square cut. This one will be next. That one's just going to be a little more of a challenge to get that right bend in it. But most of this I'll be leaving alone. It's not rotted through. All right, I've got the first section cut, and I'm gonna have to tack a few spots and then hammer down to get everything flush. I'll have to fill in that sliver there, but I think it'll go pretty well. I'll get another video after I finish up with a few tack welds. Patch number 2, and that should be the last of the rot. I still need to smack that pretty good or clean it up, so I'm sure there's a hole in there somewhere that I need to fill. Here's the finished part of that rail. Still have to fix up the edges on that piece, but I've got the rail back down, got that big patch in, and yeah. Little railroad tie anvil, working on getting the seat rail made. First section of the seat bracket, using only these tools, the chisel, kind of get the edge to help me bend it with this little railroad tie anvil, and then my 2-pound hammer, but not looking too bad. This is gonna fit right in here, like so. And then I will make a bracket for the other side, put right beside it, and weld down at the bottom, and then across here. Need one little triangle piece to fill in there, but it is getting a lot closer. This part's probably going to be the hardest. It's got a pretty good bend with it that I'll have to try to work with. Bring the bottom part. That way no moisture or anything creeps in and starts rotting away the new metal. 8.8 grade steel bolt going through the plate. Just going to weld that in place and then add another layer of steel here to kind of reinforce that spot. I got the seat frame put in here just to temporarily mark the existing locations so I can mock up that mount. Then afterwards, I'll get started on that one. A lot is done on this side. Can fit a seat again, which is the main goal I was going for. Got that bracket finished up and this mount location. Got the floorboard flattened out quite a bit. Doesn't have the huge hump in the middle anymore. So I just need to go over that, sand it, seal it and prime it, and then start on that passenger side. And onto the passenger side, I need to grind all of this out, see if there's any holes in there. The floor pan, it's hard to see from that angle, but it is completely bent up in the center, just kind of everywhere. Have a little bit here that needs to be flattened back out. We've got a couple mounts that we need to redo. Grind that one away, see if that's savable. Trying to get a good angle so you can see how far it's pushed up. This one looks worse than the driver's side did as far as being bent. That one's all flat now, and we'll get this one the same way. All right, working on the passenger side. Got the floorboard flattened out really good. Got that section to cut out, and that one. Both of these cleaned up decent. Ground all that surface rust away to check for any holes. Found one that I'll be welding shut, and then that one as well. Still have some work to do on this side to fabricate. It's like 2 bolt locations. I just wanted to test fit the carpet, see how the floor pans are looking. So far, both are flattened out, and I'm overall satisfied with it. I'm still gonna coat and prime underneath. Maybe put some sound deadener down just to keep it quiet in here. But got both sides leveled out pretty good. All of those seat mounts are finished. Just need to work on the passenger side. I've got my 2 patch pieces marked out where it needs to cut and the direction. And then we got this one up here marked out, and it should sit flush on both sides. Gonna try the welding a little bit differently and just try to do a group of tacks and eventually join them together. See if I can prevent it from looking like shit how it did over there. Got the new mounts set in place. Now I just need to get to welding. Ugly ass weld. Let's see how it cleans up. Got it sanded and primed. Put a layer of rubberized undercoating around that seal. Now, I know my welds are shit, don't judge me too hard, but got that flattened out. This was pretty hard to get shifted back down where it needed to be. I really want to go back over and redo some of these welds though. I'm not too happy the way this mount turned out. It's solid and backed on underneath and both sides, but I just don't like the look of it. Maybe I'll mess around with some sound deadening mat to maybe hide a couple of the flaws, but I really think I'm gonna redo that and try to make it look as close to stock as possible.